Hello, welcome back to the channel. So Genshin has just dropped the new Archon Quest, the Interlude Chapter Act 3, Inversion of Genesis. So, let's jump right into it. I'm so glad.
Come on, serious suggestions, please. I'm not trying to write a thriller here. It's supposed to be an essay, you understand?
Akba.
An essay! That means facts
Akba?
and logic.
Well, if it's facts and logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? That's a
I like his
Tara
voice.
Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about. Unless, of course, you restrict yourself to textual criticism.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's fascinating enough without having to sensationalize it, don't you think? The strange location, the missing details, a mysterious person.
Ah, Farazan.
I want to write my essay on something interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me, so all the more reason to take my advice. The fact is, it's the dramatization that will make people want to read it. There's no getting around that.
I like his voice a
Okay,
lot.
but...
Did one of them just mention Tatara Suna? But that's all the way in Inazuma! Is it just Paimon, or is it kinda unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about their business. Maybe it really is just Paimon. Guess people here are free to research pretty much anything.
That's where... I'm gonna be butchering her name throughout the entire thing, by the way. But that's where... Isn't that where Furunazan, like, got locked up? Well, trapped for like 100 years, right? Or is that a different place? Still, let's go listen in.
Great! Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna mystery is all about.
Let's go. Inversion of Genesis. Hello?
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper.
No.
If only we knew where to find that traveler.
Hello.
From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
You speak of me and I arrive. Hello. Looking for me? If it's the traveler you're looking for, that's me.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
What, are you doubting me?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
If you don't believe me, I'll go.
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started, examining the evidence. Sorry.
Oh, Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking.
I feel you on that one, mate.
Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places.
We do?
Will you be able to tell us about Tatara Suna?
Honestly,
Actually, we don't know
Yeah.
much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talking about it and wanted to learn more.
it's probably a place where, like, it's probably in the lore, hidden in books. But, I suck at reading, so never getting that information. I just watch a lot of videos.
Ah, I see.
Sorry, I can't help you this time.
My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about Tatara Suna's past. But who'd have thought that...
Yeah?
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing about Tatara Suna.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive or a first read?
Yeah, I'll
Oh,
be
fair
fine.
point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Right.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatara Suna. The writings mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade. But
Okay.
in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it, and killed his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, no one knows.
Ooh.
Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger, someone who dresses funny or acts in an unusual way.
Okay.
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for a while before disappearing without a trace. And shortly afterwards, as Akaba mentioned, things got pretty ugly.
So first this strange person goes missing, then a murder happens? Seems kinda fishy to Paimon.
It's kind of
Yes,
fishy.
my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too. I asked everyone I could think of if they knew anything about what happened back then. And wow, did I get lucky!
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out.
You
It just so happened
did a
that
splendid
a friend
job.
of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma over 400 years ago. Even back then, Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seems like he went missing too.
Could it be? But I'm
Wait, so there are 2 missing people in the story now?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever
Niwa.
heard of the great swordsmith clans of Inazuma?
Oh,
a few.
the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and so on?
I won't be able to recall
Wow,
them all. but-
yes, you really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art.
So Kazuha
Something then seems to
is
have happened
again
in the Kaidahara clan,
being
leading
tied
to
to
their
the
downfall.
story.
I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that time, it makes you wonder whether it's all connected somehow.
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
There's more.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds,
I'm
ladies and
bracing
gents,
myself.
for they are about to be blown. Or maybe you won't believe your ears. I wouldn't blame you, of course, because in all my years as a writer,
Please get to
this
the point.
is by far the most.
Get to the point,
Thank
for Pete's
you.
sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the kabuki mono was not a human, but a puppet.
Scaramouche.
A puppet?
The Shogun puppet that the Electro Archon made should be ruling Inazuma with her as we speak. It couldn't be her. The Kabuki mono has to be the balladeer. But what was he doing 400 years ago in Suna? So yeah, I think this ties back into like Scarra's past being his memory being muddled with and altered by the Fatui. Since I think that was a fear. I think that was a theory that his memory was altered, and that's why only what's her name? I can't remember her name now. The woman who saw his past for the first time, she saw his real past, whilst we only saw the altered past, his altered memory past thing. But she saw the real one, and that's why the doctor wanted to take her back to God, I'm forgetting all the names, Jesus. But that's why the doctor also wanted to kill her, because she knew his real past.
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something after all.
Little bit. Glare at Paimon and hope she keeps her mouth.
No! Paimon just meant, how creepy. The way you described it makes it sound like a ghost story.
Paimon's a great
I
liar.
agree. It does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events are to be expected. And that's exactly what my book is about. Please, take a look.
Oh god, here we go. So, this was Scaramouche then, that appeared at the end. Okay.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as well.
Uh-huh. Oh my fucking god. No, I only understood like 10% of the other one. I'm just gonna quickly read through this. One thing is for sure though, a lot of thought was put into it. Yeah, it definitely was, and I only understood like 10% of it. I'm definitely gonna read the lore recap videos when they come out because I miss like 90% of what I read, so...
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. I don't think explaining everything away with mysterious forces will cut it. Oh,
Right.
how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like, I could put a turf war between rival factions at the center of the whole series of events.
Okay.
You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Bro, just write a story, man. Yeah, sounds more like a novel.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Whatever information we have now is all that there is to know. This is as much detail as you're ever going to get. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on,
Unless we
at
ask the man
anything
himself.
like the level you seem to be suggesting, what hope would we ever have of finding out the truth?
Good point.
Going into
Okay,
Irminsul.
back to the drawing board, I guess. Give me some time. I need to find a new angle on this.
I'll leave you to it.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say goodbye for now. Good luck with your essay.
Yeah, good
All
luck.
right, thank you.
Cause holy
If you
shit,
find
that
out
was
any more
boring.
info about all this, please do let me know. Thanks so much.
Yep. Don't worry, we're off to go get it now.
Hey, so that thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, then even if we did know something about it, we probably couldn't share it with them, huh?
Bingo.
After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually super confidential, isn't it?
Most of the time, yes.
If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the forest. There's no point in...
No point in... Scaramouche. What's wrong?
Did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Mm.
the balladeer!
Mate,
No, it
he's
can't be.
cruising.
He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Yeah, Nahida probably just let him out. Nahida! Hello, Nahida.
Paimon, there you are. Nahida, bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public.
Oh, bro, she already
Stay
knows.
for... Ah, it's him!
Hello.
Sure enough, you're here.
Hello, Scar.
Hey, what are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be locked up? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain.
I trust you,
It was
Nahida.
my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me.
Mm-hmm.
A deal? Huh. You sure you trust this guy?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise?
True.
Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida said there's still some mysteries in you to figure out.
Yeah, his
Ah,
whole past.
So if it were up to you, you'd finish the job? Guess I had you all wrong. There I was thinking you were just getting cold feet.
I mean, personally, I wouldn't have killed him. Scar's my boy. So, he did deserve a few punches, though. And to be dropped from a huge mecha robot, but all in all, I think it turned out pretty well.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I ask you all to please calm down?
Okay,
But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida. Don't let him trick you.
that is hard.
It's not every day you see
Yeah.
people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal. Even with the Balladeer.
I mean,
Well,
she made
I,
a
for
deal
one,
with the
have no
doctor.
reason to doubt you. Considering you
Yeah.
even struck a deal with the doctor.
Exactly.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the fullness of time.
In maybe
The
like another
Balladeer's power
3
was
years.
all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. That puts him in quite a precarious position. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many
True.
of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Being stuck here in Sumeru could make him a sitting duck, depending on how the Fatui plan to respond. Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore?
I wouldn't think so.
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of welcoming back a loser, so...
So he tossed you out like trash.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui, and also between each of the Harbingers. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm not worth quite what I used to be.
Really? What a crying shame.
Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join forces with us?
I think these two
Join
have made
us,
their
Scara.
objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends.
No, I'm all for it.
So I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously!
Paimon, shut up.
Listen to him! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. We still have time. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate today.
Alright, bet.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you serious about this? Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, I'm largely doing it for your benefit.
For me?
Yes. As I told you once before, there's information about your twin in Irminsul.
Man, Nahida is the
yeah.
best Archon.
Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today. So, you have an update on that? Mm-hmm.
She's given us the
You
most
may remember
information
me
out of all the
mentioning that
Archons.
the Fatui had not included your twin's details in the Descender category. This is an extremely important point.
Yeah.
It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer used to be one of them, he'll be better acquainted with this information than I am.
Fair
He
point.
was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, some traces of its power remain in him. He can still connect. The amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for would take too long, even for me. So I
True.
asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders. He's more familiar with this kind of information, and should be able to find it more quickly.
When it comes to Irminsul, only Nahida is can manipulate the tree, right? Like manipulate the memories of Irminsul. Or can Scara do that now? Because what he said in his teaser trailers was a little bit alarming. And I'm hoping he doesn't do what I'm thinking he's gonna do. What if he lies to you?
Exactly! Or what if... Paimon just doesn't trust him! He's treated us as enemies every time we've run into him!
Because we were.
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated by which side you're on. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. And Traveler, I know what your heart desires most of all.
We just want Lob.
Parents have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for an intense longing. A feeling of being all alone in the dark, searching for the one candle whose light still burns.
We just
As
want,
Sumeru's
yeah, we just
deity,
want Law,
It
man.
is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. But as someone who counts you as a friend, I want to do something for you. If this deal with the Balladeer can
You've
give
already
you the
done enough,
answers you've
Nahida,
been longing to
please.
find, then it's worth it.
Thank you, Nahida. You are the greatest Archon.
It's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero. You've more than earned it.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
Can we
I
go
was going to
with?
contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. Seems like we have a telepathic connection. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned.
Mom for it?
Even though he only has a fraction of his full power left, that's still a fraction of a former Harbinger. If you could accompany him, it would put my mind at ease.
Alright,
Of
bet.
course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside.
I'm glad to be able to help.
Great, thank you. Prepare
No,
yourselves.
thank you, Nahida.
I'm going to transport you into Irminsul.
Back into Irminsul, let's go!
Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time.
Yeah, it looks...
The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
yeah. I do kind of like the previous look though, since it was quite ominous. But I'm a fan of this as well. Scara.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you realized that I might enter Irminsul ahead of you.
Nahida sent me to babysit you.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a
Ooh.
successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the innermost region of Irminsul. It is an environment like no other, and the most important place in all of Sumeru. Unlike anywhere
Nice.
else, Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. You must put aside your differences and be extremely careful as you navigate your way through.
Just
I
give
know
us
there
all
are
that
many
lore.
grievances between you on both sides, but it is essential that you remain calm after entry. This is as much for your own safety as anything else.
Understood.
Fine. Let's call it truce. But only until this mission's over.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all.
Let's
Per
go.
my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your pretty eyes open
Pretty.
and try not to fall behind.
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that. You make it sound like you're even more experienced at adventuring than us.
He's had
If there
400
are no
years.
further objections, I suggest we get going.
No, we don't
Or
know
did you
how
need some
old
time
the
to
traveler
mentally
is. So.
prepare yourselves?
No, I'm fine.
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's unbearable.
Focus on doing your job.
We can start now.
Let's go.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
small sapling?
Mhm.
Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Is this gonna be the blue area in the trailer?
Wow.
It is.
So this is the inside of Irminsul.
It's different than what I imagined.
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything
That looks
like
so
this.
cool.
And it feels like a sacred place.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Because you're a brat.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the heart of Irminsul.
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Let's go. Stay close. Don't go running off.
Hey, so say we did go running off in here. What would
Okay,
happen?
I'm actually kind of interested.
What are you smirking at?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option
I
is to stick
mean,
close
it
to
wouldn't
me.
bother me too much if Paimon disappeared. Can we walk out? Okay. Okay, no, you can't walk out.
These sapling things have spread out.
Oh, okay.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
Understood. Man, the environments in this game are just beautiful.
It looks the same in every direction.
The space is indeed unusual, but it seems okay.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Who would have known?
Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it.
Yeah.
So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Oh, it's so cool, man. So pretty.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
This is the center of Irminsul. All the information in the world is flowing through it.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, you made it. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladier's actually doing what Nahida tells him. Guess he must want to stay alive.
He hasn't put up any resistance, and he seems good at working on the front line. Maybe he had a similar role in the Fatui. He fulfilled his role pretty well. Oh. First Akuba and Sawada's stories. Now this. What a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
That was a nice smile.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
We are just babysitting, so...
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
Yes. Nahida, is this a telepathic conversation?
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Ah,
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
get out my head. I'm guessing you don't want us to disturb the Balladeer.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Any
Paimon's
law
never
drops?
tried this before. This is great. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction. He's always talking back, but he seems to listen to what you say.
Yes, and he seems to excel at doing odd jobs for
As
others.
I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand. Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
His true past, maybe? Is it about his past, the betrayals, and the other events in
Well done.
Inazuma?
Smart and attentive as always.
Thank you. Actually, I caught a glimpse of a few things when I ran into Hypatia at Paris TS. Oh,
So,
that's the name,
you made
Hypatia.
contact with that part of his mind.
Hmm.
Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is
That
today.
part of his mind, though.
Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. Nahida, do you know anything about that?
And we already know Scara cried when he was given the electronosis. So he does possess emotion. He just got handed the wrong cards.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
I sure don't.
Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
I mean, that's all they can do, really.
Oh? How interesting. Those two managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
Good on
So I
them.
guess they got it right?
No.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
Okay.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
Sorry, Scar.
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
Because we're being silent.
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
You have every right to keep certain things confidential.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found anything yet?
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in Irminsul at all.
But that's wrong.
You know about that. Did Nahida tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
Yeah, fair point. He did work with the Fatui as well. Fatui literally has, like, connections through the entire of Teyvat. Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh? Wait.
Oh, law?
This light.
Looks like a
It looks
teleport.
similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Doesn't it look like a teleport?
Anonymous data.
Hey, don't you forget the agreement. You have to share it with us.
Shh. Just wait.
Oh.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
That name, Niwa, was the man in charge of Tatsuna. Plus, he belongs to the lineage of the ancient art.
Whoa!
This probably brought some memories back to Scara. Oh, okay. Acid trip. Oh, we're getting dragged into it?
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now.
Oh, the Kara
You have shown me
clan.
great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose. They are motivated.
Yeah, you can tell they're from Kazuha's family because of the hair color.
As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this
Just a
trade looks
typical
to find their purpose
NPC.
between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
Okay, kind of fishy. But I'm definitely gonna have to see the lore recaps on Inazuma and the clans because a lot of it is just fuzzy for me.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
Yeah, you're
I tried
fishy,
to
man.
resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate.
That's bad.
And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope.
Oh.
But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Yeah, you just can tell when someone's fishy.
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher.
Yeah, man.
I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Yeah, man, because you're
Drop the
suspicious as
act.
fuck.
We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatarasuna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Oh, well, you're dead.
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
And... Fuck,
A
man.
moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
Okay. You never turn your back on someone you just confronted and you know is highly suspicious. What in the right who in the right mind literally confronts someone and then turns their back to them? Like, yeah, man, you were definitely going towards your death when you did something stupid like that. Bloody hell. Poisoned?
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguise myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all.
Where were you from
And
then?
yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Oh, it's the fucking doctor. God damn it.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Oh, okay, it's all coming together now. Okay, I pieced together everything from the trailer to now, and what we learned in the cutscene that we learned in the previous chapter. Gotcha. It all makes sense now.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this?
So yeah,
Why go to all this trouble?
So it seems like the theory was right that the Fatui caused a lot of Scarra's problems that would make him break, so they can just manipulate him like a good puppet.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
Yep, because the Doctor literally just sees this all as an experiment. Just gets his sick kicks.
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
What?
Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
Yeah, just a minor inconvenience.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Won't surprise me.
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device
Such a
functions
dick.
precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
What?
Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
So, they did or wanted to put a corrupt heart, or a heart filled with rage, inside of Skyra? Well, I'm pretty sure they succeeded with how he turned out. So was it Neo's heart? I mean, that is fucked if it is.
If you give
Oh my god, man.
my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us.
That's so
He has
fucked.
nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
The doctor isn't gonna tell him that though, is he? Oh, god damn it,
What a
man.
beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa,
Bet.
already dead.
He's such
What
a dickhead, man.
pity.
Yep.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me, creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Do we know who the Jester is? Is it one of the Harbingers? I can't remember a name like that. Unless I'm forgetting.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves
I'm guessing it
useful,
is. Yeah.
let's make
Alright.
him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
What a fucking dick, man. No, he's losing himself. That's bad. Keep calm, Scara.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore.
Oh, that's bad.
Dottore.
Oh no.
Good. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
And can we just give Scara a hug? I'm afraid so. He was the one behind the Tatsuna incident.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind.
Oh.
You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa
Yep.
didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Yeah. Being shown truth like that though is, after that meant like that long of hatred, being shown the truth, it is quite hard to accept that. This betrayal was a lie that he has believed for hundreds of years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? Most likely. If the betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination. But where does this leave him?
What him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Let's just give him a hug, man. He needs it. Okay, let's go over there.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Yeah, we'll give him a hug after.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon.
Yeah.
It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday.
It's pretty obvious of why he's
now you have
upset.
the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as the mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began.
I mean, to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if the doctor manipulated his own memory when the heroes were looking through it. Like, honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, for all we know that what we was just shown was fake.
It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?"
Aww.
The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants.
What a
The
dick.
mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Being betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now we know what was behind his Now we know what was behind his decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden 100 years ago. But it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Man, give us traveler dialogue when they're speaking in the mind.
Tottori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
You alright, buddy?
Shall we see how he's doing?
Can we give him a hug? Please?
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Yep. Mixed emotions.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
We just want to make sure this doesn't affect the plan.
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here.
I mean, I'm fine with him investigating.
But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
I would assume
Even
so.
if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Or we can look into Scarra's backstory a little more, please. Not unexpected, but still. Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Go on.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with
Oh.
Conria.
Yes.
Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The Jester told me this himself. You
The
can take his
Jester.
word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
Wait, let me reread that. The Jester told me himself. You can take his word on. He was a royal mage in... Okay. Another Vatui Hive
I don't
Ranger?
know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me.
I
All
believe
I can
you.
say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
The trailer line.
Huh? What have you done?
God,
Lesser Lord
I'm
Kusanali was right.
conscious.
My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long.
Okay.
I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
He knows how to bargain. What do you want to know?
Give me your hand.
Okay.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
I can. Yes. Are you trying to brainwash me? Nah, he probably just wants to talk to us since Paimon is there.
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me,
Paimon looks so
in this
pissed.
world, is it possible to change the past?
How am I meant to know? Oh shit, wait, no. No, it is possible. We have done it. Wait, why would you ask me that?
Done.
He knows. He got the information he wanted.
What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
We were being romantic.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Wait, that look. Did he see me hesitate? But that was because I know about the Greater Lord Rukadavada. Uh-oh.
So long.
Fuck!
I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
I think that line said, I think by denying it. Ah, fuck. Why did it skip so fast?
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Balladeer, stop!
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again.
Yep, he's off to go fuck with the past. This is kind of what I was expecting from the
this
start.
day forth, the names
Yep.
Balladeer and Kabuki Mono will cease to exist.
Motherfucker.
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
This is bad.
Balladeer, don't do anything stupid!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Look, messing with the past is dangerous. Unless we do it, then it's all good.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh.
Hey,
he
Nahida.
disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
Nahida, we need help. So, we're not gonna ask Nahida.
Oh no, he's really gone.
Oh, can you hear me?
Oh, she was cut off. Hello, Nahida.
Nahida!
I forgot.
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
Well, you see, we kind of let Balladeer know that he can change the past, and he's kind of gone into the tree to do that, and sorry?
It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left.
He did
Did
sound like he
keep
was
some of
straining
his
himself.
power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Just pure spite. Spite is a powerful emotion.
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. Sorry, Nahida.
Yeah, we did an
Don't
awful
be.
job.
It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
No, we're staying. Damn it. Damn it.
We're out. And we're at, an inn or something?
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
No, I want to help you. Is there anything I can do?
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
Okay.
An emergency? How bad is it? Nahida, will you be okay?
Changing the past is quite an
Don't worry.
emergency.
If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster. Please rest and recover your strength here until I say it's safe.
Okay.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
Paimon doesn't remember Greater Lord Rukdavata, and the Balladeer's question was a strange one. It's hard to explain in full, and the truth might be very distressing for Paimon. I'll skip the part about Greater Lord Rukdavata for now, and focus on the Balladeer. You tell Paimon about what the Balladeer asked you.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible!
It's not easy, that's for sure.
Right! You can't just rewrite history! All that stuff happened already in real life!
I don't know what to tell you, Paimon. So, did he get information about Greater Lord Rukdavata from us then? Or did he just get the knowledge that it was possible? I think that might be the case. I think he just got the knowledge. But that also means that anyone besides, well, that means other people besides Nahida can change it. Thing inside Irminsul. Unless Scar is an exception because he rose to godhood, or became a god for a certain amount of time.
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yeah, great example.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do.
Because that would change a lot of history.
Paimon's so confused.
Maybe he wants to erase himself from history.
Huh?
Fucking okay, that caught me off guard. Okay, I was just trying to take a drink. Paimon, are you okay?
Sorry. Paimon accidentally... Uh, it's the Balladeer's fault for causing Paimon all this mental stress.
Ah, is the is the pot gonna reappear because the Balladeer gets removed from Paimon's memory, and since the Balladeer's gone, she no longer has the stress and doesn't knock over the thing.
But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Not necessarily, but maybe.
Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working.
I wonder if they're gonna do that with the pot. I find it weird they did that.
Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
Besides me. Indeed. If the Balladeer does erase himself from Irminsul, many people in Inazuma will be affected. I can't imagine what the situation would look like. Worst case scenario, it will affect everyone with a connection to the Raiden Gokuden, Kazuha, Ayaka, Ayato. Will this all mean they'll disappear too?
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next?
I don't know, man.
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Yeah, I mean, if we go to sleep, we're gonna wake up and everything's gonna be changed. Me neither.
So, how about,
Of course.
we list all our favorite foods to take our mind off things? Heck, if that doesn't work, Paimon's probably gonna collapse of anxiety here.
Oh.
Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munstack grilled fish. Oh, and
Sweet
chicken
madame.
mushroom skewers. Tea break pancakes, cream stew, sauteed matsutake, and Dragon chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying salad.
Oh, we're doing this?
Also,
Okay.
Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme, lotus seed and bird egg soup,
Oh.
and
Oh, Paimon? What's wrong?
what do we...
He succeeded.
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about. What was it again?
Oh, he succeeded. He succeeded. You were getting so worried about the situation with the Balladeer that you started listing food. Who is the Balladeer?
The Balladeer? Is that a food too?
Yep,
Huh. Weird name though.
yep. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. That's kind of annoying. Paimon. Paimon doesn't remember Balladeer. That must mean he actually pulled it off. But how did he have that ability? This doesn't make sense.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
No, it's nothing.
So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Is this really happening? I need to know what else has changed. Paimon, come with me.
Okay.
I want to go back to Inazuma.
Fine by Paimon,
Oh,
but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
imagine everything's just changed. Like all the characters we know are just gone. You look in your characters like, and just all the characters are like gone. Now's not the time to explain. Let's get over there first. That means also Nahida has forgotten, right? Inazuma, it has been a while.
Go! We made it to Amanoma Smithy!
Ah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. Pardon me, I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Of course. Go ahead.
About the Raiden Gokuden. Could you tell me that story one more time?
Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. Very well. I'll tell you what I know once more. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden, comprised of 5 branches. Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume, and Senju. The art of forging practiced by these 5 clans was first taught to them personally by the almighty Shogun.
This is
Over
the
time,
same, right?
The 5 branches diverged from one another as generations of bladesmiths honed and perfected their craft until they became 5 distinct traditions. Most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since fallen into decline, and for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5.
So the clan's still
If my
fought.
memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then too. It seems like such a shame.
What was the reason behind their decline? So yeah, I wonder if it was just that the doctor, like, manipulated that memory.
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale.
Here we go again.
The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee, but he rushed to the scene, hoping to prevent a disaster.
Scaramouche.
Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa, though he had family ties to the Kaedehara clan. Knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith leaped together into the furnace. The furnace quickly stabilized, but neither of them made it out.
Man.
The smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself, and grew up deeply resentful at the world. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty Shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him.
Yeah, the
Powerless
hatred just carries
and
on.
destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred.
Yeah.
Generation after generation bore this grudge, living in utter misery. Alas, If only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, the then head of this family reached the end of his wits. He could bear their fate no longer, and yet he could do nothing to change it. Finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In doing so, he sought to vent his pent up anger and shake the very foundations of Inazuma's forging industry. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume clan which he belonged to. His goal was absolute, the devastation of all of the Raiden Gokuden.
Scar just made it 100
But when
times
he came
worse.
to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them unawares. They fought back fiercely, and they did not spare his life. That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day.
Fuck.
I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
The legend of the Raiden Gokuden has changed. Someone else attacked the swordsmiths. It looks like the balladeer did something in Irminsul, but it seems Niwa still died. Yep.
Is there anything else you wanted to ask?
Have you seen Kazuha recently?
Kazuha? Why, yes.
Yeah, let's
Just
go,
yesterday, in
Kazuha.
fact. We spoke for a while over some tea. He seemed well.
Phew. So he still exists, and he's still the same Kazuha that I know. Things don't seem as bad as I feared last night. Thank you. That's all. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit too, right? Your expression says it all. You can't hide anything from Paimon.
Yeah, we can't hide anything from you, Paimon.
On to the next stop. Lead the way, traveler. Paimon will be right behind you.
Hopefully you get lost. Hello.
We're here. This is the Yashiro Commission's headquarters, so...
Ayato?
Traveler, it's been a while.
Hello, guy I forgot about.
If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm afraid your timing is unfortunate. They're not here right now.
Are they out on business?
The Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the Commissioner's place. If it's urgent, you're welcome to wait inside until they get back.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
Thank you. We'll take you up on that offer. Yes, we still get this here. Can we just take a walk in the courtyard?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I think it should be okay.
Thank you.
We'll be heading in then. Thanks!
Thank you. Goodbye.
Hello, dears. Is there something you want to say?
Ma'am, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Of course, traveler. Yes, I know who you are. Miss Kamisato has told me about you.
Has she now?
What would you like to know?
How are the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato these days?
Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, Miss Kamisato has been rather busy attending all kinds of meetings and occasionally
So at least the
paying
character
visits to
didn't get
some
Thanos
local
snapped.
organizations on the Commissioner's behalf. As for the Commissioner himself, well, you know. Busy as ever. That much hasn't changed. Although, he does seem to be in a rather good mood these days.
That's good
So
to hear.
pretty much business as usual on the Yashiro Commission, huh?
Very much so.
Ayato is still the Yashiro's commissioner. Ayaka is still the lady of the house. No changes there. As far as I can see, nothing's changed in the Yashiro Commission either. I was expecting as much, but it's still a big relief to know that the Kamisato siblings are both still safe and well.
Well, got any more questions?
That's all for now. Many thanks.
You're very welcome. In fact, I would love nothing more than for you to come and visit more often. But I'm sure you must be far too busy to have time for that.
There's gonna be an
Miss
event going on here,
Kamisato
so
talks about you all the time. She seems so thrilled to have you as a friend. And she's always saying how talented you are and how much she admires you. I must say, many things in Inazuma seem to have taken a turn for the better since you arrived here. So you're not just Miss Kamisato's knight in shining armor, you know. You're a hero to us all.
I'm flattered.
I mean it. Whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins him. I always find myself at my most relaxed when I'm serving the two of them and listening to them chat away. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't always have the chance to take his meals at home. But given the opportunity, he always prefers to dine here.
Yeah, man's too busy manipulating everything behind the scenes. In a good way, of course.
They say it's because Toma is a much better chef than most.
I don't deny that.
The commissioner is so fond of home comforts. They get to talking about you sometimes too, you know.
So famous.
Always with a very fond tone. The way one would talk about dear old friends around whom one can truly be themselves. Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. Whenever the whole family gets together and they start talking about
so
people
wholesome,
they've
man.
met and experiences they've had, you always get a mention. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. Much has happened in the Kamisato clan in
Yeah,
that
I'm
time.
glad the clan is
As
doing a lot
someone
better
who is
now.
old and gray enough to have watched their son and daughter grow up, it makes me so happy to see them meet a dependable friend whose company they enjoy so much.
Yeah, I'm glad those two are doing a lot better. Because, like, that situation of having both your parents die and having everyone around you, like, try to manipulate you and take advantage of you from a young age, man, that sucks.
So, in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always very welcome at the Yashiro
Thank you.
Commission headquarters. There will always be at least one old lady who would be delighted to have the pleasure of your company.
Thank you very much. I will visit again. Thank you. The people of the Kamisato clan are very dear friends to me.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Paimon likes it here too. Also, you were saying something about the food here being really great.
Man, you really are a glutton.
Paimon's itching to
Pure
try it.
gluttony.
We may just have to invite ourselves around for dinner sometime. Paimon meant we should come pay a visit again real soon.
Sure,
Ideally
Paimon.
around dinner time.
Sure.
Of course. You're always welcome.
Alright, goodbye for now. Where are we going next?
Tatsuna.
Great! Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see ourselves out.
All
Bye-bye.
right then. Take care now. Hope to see you soon.
I was hoping to speak with Ayaka, but alright.
No? Are you two leaving already?
Yep, we got the info we needed.
Everything's taken care of now. Don't worry.
Very well. Safe travels. Goodbye.
Goodbye, hero.
Safe travels. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh wait, so this is Tatsuna. Ah, okay. It makes sense now. Hello, random NPC. Xavier, hello.
Well, here we are. But what are we looking for? Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler and
Do my
Paimon?
eyes deceive me as well? Is this an
What are
Xavier?
you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We came here
We have
regarding
some questions we
information.
thought you might be able to help.
Do you know much about Tatsuna?
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's
Right.
anything you want to know, just ask away.
How well do you understand the history of this
Like
area?
the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before.
Alright, hit
Not
us.
only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here.
Go on, I'm listening.
Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history as one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we know him.
They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Well, about that. Mechanica. Looks like the doctor still sabotaged the furnace, leading to all ensuing chaos. I was about to say, like, just because the Balladeer, like, went back in time and kind of stopped, well, tried to stop Neo from sacrificing himself, the doctor would still be there.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about Tatarasuna? Come on, ask already.
I am,
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
just from basic
neither.
information.
Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
Yeah, because you're stupid, man.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for historical knowledge?
Pretty much. So, can I ask you one more question?
Sure, go ahead.
Have you ever heard of the Kabuki Mono connected to Tatsuna?
A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman for those eccentric types who always go around dressed to the nines. Just the sort of person that I'd like to meet, actually. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across anything to do with a kabuki mono where Tatarasuna is concerned.
So there's no more Kabuki... God, I am butchering these names, apologies. So there is no more Kabuki Mono. Did the Balladeer really manage to erase himself from history completely? If so, he must have wanted to change the world and revert everything back to the way it was. But so far, it looks like the majority of changes have only affected himself. Thank you, Xavier.
Of course! Don't mention it.
Oh, we're leaving? Okay, bye, Xavier.
Xavier.
Oh, you're most welcome.
However you want
More
to
than
pronounce
happy
his
to
name.
help. Farewell.
Farewell, my good sir. Xavier,
Looks
the
like you got all
great
the
inventor.
information you're looking for.
Time to go back and see Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens,
Spinal
Paimon will
Crocodile?
always be there for you.
That is a new one. Alright. Thank you, Paimon.
Come on, you gotta keep it together. Why don't you grab something to eat? You can't go facing life's challenges on an empty stomach.
It's all you think about
Let's
is
head off
food,
and
man.
Go meet Nahida.
Alright. Nahida! I've arrived. Hello.
Hey, it's them.
It's me. Hello.
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
What do you two want? That bird's just vibing. Are you still talking about the essay?
Indeed we are. If you have a moment, we'd love for you to join us once more.
I could listen to this guy's voice all day.
We have time. What do you want to talk to us about?
Please don't give us more writing, please.
It's the same topic we discussed last time. Obviously.
We can discuss it. Please don't give me text.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh? Should we join them?
Perfect. These two have researched Tatasuna past. Let's hear what they have to say.
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress.
The article that... Oh, god damn it. The article that you let me read last time was great. Can I read it again?
Oh, of course.
Oh, god damn it.
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Ah, god damn it. Okay, so a few changes. The content has changed. Another effect of tampering with the information in Irminsul. The balladeer said he'll erase 2 of his names. If he really succeeded, it must have taken all of his might. But still.
Well, what do you think?
A masterpiece.
Remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this? Well, we just got back from Inazuma. So how about we tell them what we learned?
What did you find out? Something big?
It's a long story. Basically, we have some friends in Inazuma,
And... You tell the 2 writers about what you learned about the Raiden Shogokuden.
So many new details. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Huh. You heard this from a member of the Armanoma clan, you say? Then I guess it must be true. Ugh. So there's no ghost story here after all.
This new information actually
His
lends
voice
further
sounds so
credence to my
familiar.
hypothesis. Evidently, swordsmiths were seen as having an incredibly prestigious role in society those days, to the extent that harming them was conceived of, at least by the perpetrator, as a way of exacting revenge against those in power.
Yes, okay, point taken, you were right. But that doesn't mean I can't carry on with my novel.
Yeah, man, just write a book. But this guy has a really unique voice, so I'm wondering if he's voice acted in different things. 'Cause I just love his voice.
and they're back at it. These guys are really into this.
We've got some things to take care of. Bye for now.
Oh, so sorry. Look at us, prattling on about our projects and ignoring you. Thank you so much for the information.
Yeah, you two are just boring, so bye.
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Maybe.
Will do.
Don't guarantee it, though. Shut up. I mean, so far it's been pretty interesting. Nahida!
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon, how have you been?
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night, we ended up chatting until suddenly the sun was up. And then she decided she wanted to go to Inazuma.
Yeah, so, I was investigating the situation with the balladeer, and to guarantee that Nahida doesn't know.
Balladeer?
Yep.
It sounds like some kind of code name.
We're gonna have to tell Nahida, right? Oh no. But what do you mean, oh no? It was pretty obvious that Nahida forgot.
You look troubled. Is there something you need to tell me?
Even Nahida doesn't remember, just like last time. Any changes to Irminsul affect her as well. The balladeer acted quickly. He finished erasing himself before Nahida could stop him. I'm the only one who still remembers the things that were erased. Once again, I am the record keeper.
Traveler?
Yeah, this is kind of a shitty situation.
Hey, what's wrong? You look so upset.
There are some things that have happened that only I can remember. I have to tell you the truth. With a heavy heart, you pieced back together the story that was broken and scattered across time. Are we also including about Great Lord Rukkhadevata? Okay, no, we're just talking about the Balladeer. There once was one named the Balladeer, created by the Electro Archon. He was a puppet who lived among men. After a series of events in Tatasuna, the Balladeer, thinking he had been thrice betrayed, left Inazuma to roam the world beyond. With no trust for the humans and only loathing for the gods, he bore his grudge for years as he grew in strength, then returned to Inazuma to take his revenge. He tried in vain to become a deity with a gnosis, and ended up losing everything. Finally, he entered Irminsul and learned the truth behind his betrayal. Knowing now that his entire life was built on lies, he did the unthinkable in an attempt to reverse his tragic fate.
That's quite a story. So, this puppet known as the Balladeer erased himself from Irminsul, hoping that he could change the past.
But how was he even able to do that?
As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I remember it a little differently. I don't recall finding anyone
Yeah, I was
inside
about
the
to
machine
ask.
after we defeated it.
I was gonna ask, like, what would it be for Nahida and how we were fighting him? It was just some mech? Alright.
Nevertheless, it does make sense. If someone were to successfully erase themselves from Irminsul, the world would change to reflect the new reality.
I wonder if Nahida...
So, you believe this person really existed, and we just don't remember him because... well, because he literally changed the world?
I wonder if Nahida is gonna piece together the gap in her memory, because in her character story, like, like friendship levels, like, she knows there's something missing. She just can't pinpoint on what it is.
Yes. Theoretically speaking, it is possible to do this. But I'm struggling to imagine the kind of person who would dare go through with it. The
Well,
Traveler comes
Nahida,
from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about her in Irminsul. And it also explains why any changes to Irminsul wouldn't affect her. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that has been rewritten, it's you. It's quite incredible when you think about it.
you can say that again.
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this Balladeer guy's motivations. Why did he do it?
Because
I
spite
can only make
is...
inferences based on the information we've been given. As for what kind of person he was, only you remember that.
a very edgy teenager. I'm not really sure. We were enemies after all. I don't know his perspective on all of this, so I can't really say what he did. Say why he did something so extreme. Did he want to reset everything or save someone, or did he want to completely undo his existence? Maybe just all of the above. Everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all. Maybe that's all there is to it. I still remember the question he asked. He asked me specifically, and my hesitation gave him his answer. I hesitated because I witnessed Great Lord Rukkhadevata erase her own existence, but I can't tell Nahida that. To put it in another way, I know why the Balladeer was so sure it could work, but I can't tell them that.
Something else worrying you? something that you can't share?
I just feel empty. He chose such a radical option, and yet...
It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right?
Yes.
Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have completely changed his view of the people of Tatarasuna. Now he saw them as friends again.
It's such a shitty situation. But I wonder how we're gonna bring him back.
He couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance he could save his old friends, it would be hard not to try. The story makes sense. Every part of it. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. He was unsuccessful, but retained the power to connect with Irminsul.
Bingo.
That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Irminsul
okay, so...
and erase himself, even though he didn't have much strength left.
Okay, so yeah, so only Nahida and Scara had the power to change Irminsul. Gotcha.
Yeah, it does make sense, but it still ended in tragedy for his friends.
Yeah.
It just feels so hopeless. He gave everything to do this, but it seems like he got nothing in return.
Yep, that's life. Shitty. Yeah, he changed the world in many ways, and yet the dead still didn't get a second chance. Those fated to a tragic end could not be saved. What exactly did he want to fight back against? The betrayals in his life? Or did he wish he never existed at all? Probably because he wanted to get back at the Doctor. Now, that's one thing for sure. Yeah, again, spite is a powerful emotion. So, but I feel like he kind of doesn't want to exist either. He is that kind of edgy after all.
Please wait a moment. I want to check something.
Yes, please help us, Nahida, because I can't do shit.
Found it. This should be the one. It turns
What's
out that
this?
I have a strange way of confirming everything she has told us.
How?
What is it? A record from a personal collection. It was tucked away in a corner. You should take a look.
Does this mean she can also do this with Greater Lord Rikadavata? Surprisingly, the information presented to you in a way that resembles a fairy tale.
A fairy tale? Who wrote it?
This matches everything I said.
I authored this record myself.
Huh? You wrote a fairy tale that somehow has something to do with the Balladeer?
What? So, like, technically, if it's a fairy tale, it's made up. So you could write a fairy tale about a real event, and if that thing gets erased, the fairy tale wouldn't, because it's made up. Is that what's going on?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it is a symbol for something else.
Hold on. So this record survived from the past?
Yes.
Seems so.
Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabukimono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact. Changing the information in Irminsul changes to that. But Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance.
Oh, okay.
I guess I must have written this story as a backup before the Balladeer entered Irminsul.
That's incredible! What a great idea!
God of
And
wisdom.
sending the Traveler into Irminsul with the Balladeer must have been a further precaution. I knew she'd remember everything.
Yeah, praising yourself, Nahida? Okay.
This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present
Oh, wait, she was
information
talking about
recorded
Leda.
in Irminsul. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerges is the one she told us. the now erased life of the balladeer.
The question is, how are we gonna get him back?
There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the water. I am a monstrosity, yet they are too foolish to see it. I pity them. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree who had been abandoned by the humans. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Yet when the other foxes saw this, they spoke words of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and fur like ours, you are still one of us.
So I see how she's done this now. She basically disguised Scarra's tail in a way that Irminsul wouldn't detect it. Fucking big brain Nahida, Jesus.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire spread. The only way to extinguish the flames was to make a sacrifice.
Okay, yep.
A
The
gray
furnace.
fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said, "You are the cleverest among us. Surely you can help us find a way to solve this." The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and murdered it. The gray fox's heart was turned into a beautiful drop of water, clear, spotless, and pure.
Sure, she's pretty
The
fucking
monster
smart for
gave
doing
the heart
this.
of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided. You are the one who must be sacrificed. Take this, quench the flames, and die for your fox kin."
Fuck the doctor, man.
The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little bird who had a
Man.
broken wing.
Oh, this is other parts of
The
the
two
story.
promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain.
Became full emo.
The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, gnashing its teeth at the moon. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. If the world could only return to darkness, then it would finally be peaceful and content. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will know that there were once birds, foxes, and cats in this world.
Yeah, the new god of wisdom.
And no one can know that they were different.
Again, very smart of Nahida to actually do that.
We solved it!
Very big brain.
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that it would be preserved no matter what happened. To become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. It was brutal torture, and the only reason he was able to survive is that he was a puppet.
So
This
that
memory
regained
was
her
extracted
memory?
from him by the scholars. Presumably, they kept it to have something to defend themselves with. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted to be able to control it. That's why they backed up his memory for later use.
Oh shit, okay.
I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story so that it wouldn't be altered.
Yeah, man, Jesus. The heater is another, like,
It's hard to believe that this
lives up
person
to the
really
name.
existed, let alone that he tried to get rid of us on more than one occasion. Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely vanished like a puff of smoke.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the Descenders, and although he was unsuccessful, he still helped you.
True, yeah.
Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail, that Conria was where your twin first came into this world.
Yeah.
We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui, but in all likelihood,
Oh shit, yeah.
they won't even remember their own Harbinger.
Actually, yeah, what would happen to the Harbinger ranks? I didn't even think of that. Would they just replace it with a new member? I can't remember, was Jester even there in the Fatui trailer? I've never had this feeling before. It feels like life is as insignificant as a feather.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around. But still, Paimon doesn't like the way it all ended that much better.
Yeah, shit.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. We look, we see, and we comprehend, but the question still troubles us. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to find the truth and then conquer the troubles they face. When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to choose their own destiny.
Yeah?
To others looking on, this may seem like a pointless endeavor, but for him, the chance to act on his desire to disappear must have meant a lot.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road filled with suffering, the light of wisdom is always there, guiding us toward a better destination. And that is what you have been doing all along.
Yeah, Nihita's right. Cheer up. How about we go get something
God
to
damn
eat?
it, Paimon.
We can pick up this heavy conversation again later.
Good idea. Paimon, why don't you take her out for a walk to clear her head?
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get out of your head for a while. You'll feel much better after taking a walk.
Walks do help.
Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits.
Can we see it in the
Must be
heater
really
at
tough
least?
being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Thank you, Paimon.
There's a few things I'd like to look into. You should go take a walk and try to unwind.
Okay, Nihita. I am still thinking about that though, about how the, like, how would the Harbingers, like, react? Like, would they just, like, decrease the members? No, they won't do that because they work off, like, signs, don't they? Unless his sign has just completely disappeared. So it's rather they got rid of his, like, that position, or they replaced him with someone.
We're here! What should we eat first?
Nilu. Oh, I have a nagging feeling like there's something I'm missing. Something important that I'm forgetting. Really? God, don't ask me to remember something.
Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
Huh? Sorry, it's just... Give me a minute, I'm still processing.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat.
Come on, brain. Let's dig this out. It's gotta be in there somewhere. It was something about Irminsul and deleting oneself. Oh, shit, I just remembered. You can't delete yourself. Because, like... Yeah, because Great Lord Rukdavada was talking about... Like, she couldn't erase herself because she would still exist. It would just be, like... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna be able to remember it. But yeah, you cannot erase yourself. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, forbidden knowledge, and Hida.
What is it? Have you figured it all out?
I have. That was it. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, she said that no one can erase themselves from existence. Not even her. Otherwise, why would she have had need to create her own reincarnation, unless the Lord Kusanali to do the deletion for her? There would be no point.
Why'd you jump up all of a sudden?
Because I figured it out. He still exists. No, I can't tell Paimon. She doesn't know about Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. But this is crucially important. This is a crucially important detail. It's simply not possible for the Balladeer to completely erase his own existence. In which the question is, what happened to him?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last
He went
bill.
by a different name.
Look, here.
There he is.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Little rascal grabbed my last 2 fresh Sunsettias and ran off.
Just snipes
Look,
him.
if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay? What is it? Work's too boring for you? Or has the big city got too many distractions?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. Sorry, boss.
He's working here, okay.
I think you're right. Maybe it's the city. It's so exciting. It can be hard to focus.
Who's that guy? You know him or something?
That guy is the Balladeer.
He's who?
Mm-hmm.
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I actually give you some work to do, you keep letting yourself get distracted. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this, pretty soon I won't be able to afford to.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsettias, and I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit bowl this evening.
So yeah, I guess we are just sticking with this this version of him. His previous version was erased, which was something that I was kind of hoping they wouldn't do. But hey, oh well. But yes, he seems a lot nicer. But from what we've seen in his like character demo, he's still retained a bit of his cockiness.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more. Just a moment. I'll be right back.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you'd start asking for something in return eventually.
Yeah, never worked for free. But, so I wonder if, like, the version that we saw in the character demo is probably different than the one here. I think that we are gonna show him, like, what he did. So then he regains back that cockiness. But also keeps his more, positive outlook on life.
You don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you do is wander around, taking in the sights.
The Wanderer.
Are you a drifter or something?
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those fruits you needed. Sunsettias, was it? I'll be right back.
We've got a lot of those.
What do we do now?
Let's follow him.
Okay, stay out of sight. Don't let him see you.
Another stuff, but the Wanderer. Here I come. He probably knows.
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the Balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Stealing his
Why are you
Sunsettias?
so fucking
Isn't that a
loud?
bit too cruel?
Shh.
this should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back.
Yeah, okay, so I feel like this version of him is different from the demo. This one is too positive. If I wasn't seeing this with my own eyes, I would never believe it. Oh, yeah. Hello.
You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
I mean, we were kind of just hiding out in the open. We weren't even attempting to hide.
You've been following me all the way from the city.
Yep, I told you
I'd
he
have to
knew.
be blind not to notice.
You're right. We were following you.
Have we met before?
A lot.
No, we haven't met. But you know me?
Yes.
I have no recollection.
It's complicated, but I do know you.
Are you absolutely sure?
Positive. He's just colored different.
Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
I can prove it. You're a puppet.
A puppet? What makes you think that?
Huh?
That just sounds like that just sounds like an insult.
You were right. The look on his face.
It's like Paimon saying bull chucker. It just sounds wrong.
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, I'm sure whatever it is must be important.
There's somewhere I want to take you.
Okay, but please let me deliver these goods to my boss first.
Wait, take me? Adventure? Yes. Okay.
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more for it. Is that true?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm, and he let me take shelter in his cart. In return, I said I'd be his helper for a while.
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you, okay?
Alright.
Then let's return to the city.
Let's go. Alright. Ever since that cutscene with Great Lorica Devada, like, just hearing this OST is just makes me upset, man. That scene kills me every time I watch it.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave them right here.
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Surprised you don't know us.
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me. Sorry, boss. I'm afraid I'll be away from the stall for a while.
Come on, you're not paying him.
Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Go wherever you want, kid. Don't waste your time here.
Good dude.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for giving you shelter from the rain that day.
Bingo.
Even then, I don't understand why you're so adamant that you don't want any pay for it. But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world, like you had nowhere to be and didn't even care that it was raining. Imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? Why is this guy traveling during a rainstorm if he's not trying to get somewhere? And why is he taking a shortcut through the open country if he's not even in a hurry?
He don't know.
Taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it. Certainly not all this. Your time is valuable. You know, you should go live your life.
I mean, from his point of view, he probably just teleported there. Oh, well, like, he was just... Before he knew it, he was just walking through that area. He doesn't know how he got there.
But I don't... No, you're right. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye. Thank you again for taking me into the city.
I mean, I like this.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters over the years. I just hope you find your path.
I mean, I like this version of him, but I like his cockiness a little bit more.
Thank you. All right, done. Thanks for waiting for me.
Alright,
We
let's
can go
go to Nahida. Nahida, I have brought the culprit. Hello.
What's wrong?
I have brought him.
Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
This is the person we're looking for.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Please inform
Well,
us.
it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant with no roots.
I mean, he's not wrong. He got rid of his roots, so...
But these two claim that they know me, and that I have a hidden past unknown even to myself.
Bingo.
I wouldn't call it the past, but rather... this is a difficult one to explain.
Yeah.
I don't like to rely on using terms like this often, but in your case, it seems that it ought to be called previous incarnation.
Yeah.
Oh, like a past life or something?
Mm-hmm. I think that's the
Something
best
far
way.
more distant than the past. So far away that you cannot perceive it.
I feel like that's the best way to, like, explain this to someone. Can't just be like, yeah, you see, you were this really dickish of a person that tried to become a god, got defeated, went into, Irminsul, and erased your past because of spite and other reasons. Like, it can be a lot to take in.
Okay, I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation?
A dick.
Oh, okay. I see. You want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my previous incarnation.
We're just trying to think where to
If it's
start.
that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt it will be just as difficult to hear.
Yeah.
But I'll be able to handle it. Please, tell me the truth.
Is truth something you care a lot about?
Yes.
Okay.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did, and many died because of you. As a non-human being, you hated gods and humans alike. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. You adamantly believed that you were missing a heart.
I mean, yeah. That's a lot.
Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes, you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy.
So I wonder if we're gonna, like... Well, we can't really show him the memories, because they're gone. Okay. Nahida tells the Wanderer about his past.
I gave everything I had, but it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely in terms of right and wrong. Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time, a chain of cause and effect, a cycle of karma and consequence.
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And yet, dichotomies like this are not enough to explain the world in all of its complexity.
So I wonder if, like... I'm just wondering where he's gonna get his cockiness back.
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't the most likable individual.
You had your charm.
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but Yeah, we weren't your biggest fans.
We were each other's enemies.
If we were enemies, why are you trying to help me find the truth?
Because technically a lot of people like you.
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street!
Strange how the world works.
He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, he just Thanos snapped his memories. Not what we can do about that.
Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Bingo.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
Please, I want to see them for myself. I want to experience my own transgressions.
Even though it
Okay,
will
so
cause
they...
your present self great mental anguish?
Yeah, so they do show
Just
him
a
memories.
puppet, with no heart and no name. There is nothing in this world for me to cling to fill the void within me. Except maybe these sins that can never be undone.
Very well. As you wish.
So this is where he gets his cockiness
Shouldn't
back.
we go with him? This one's kind of on us for bringing him here.
Seems
Don't
kind of
worry.
personal.
Whatever danger I might face, it's my burden to bear.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
That went great last time. Okay.
Oh, good point. Given your, unique situation, we'd better keep an eye on you.
Yeah, I mean, nothing went wrong the last time we supervised him.
Understood.
Thank you. Now, prepare yourselves, everyone.
Off we go back to Irminsul.
No matter what lies ahead, I'll face it. Whatever it takes. I'm just sorry that you have to join me for the whole thing.
Hey, look, if we get law, well, we are happy, alright?
It's time to get ready.
We feast on that. I'm ready. The memories of a certain puppet. He can be the Balladeer, Harbinger of the Fatui, and he can also be the Kabuki Mono, who was once sighted in Tatsuna. Alright, let's go.
This looks like Inazuma.
Yep.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using information extracted from your memories.
Ah, so we're going to be
These
experiencing it
memories
firsthand.
will show you the raw truth, but be aware that enemies may react just like in the real world.
Ah, so we get to test out
Sounds like an
the
immersive
Wanderer.
experience. It's a good thing we came along.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't deserve your protection.
We never give up
Oh,
halfway.
he doesn't have his vision
We
yet.
had to once, but that was your doing.
And now we're just finishing the job.
Alright. Thanks.
No, he doesn't have his
This
vision
is
yet.
the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation. You had a great many memories here.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
Yeah.
You could say that, in a sense. You'll see why shortly.
I
Okay.
hear footsteps.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built it. The Crystal Marrow Miners?
Mhm.
No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved, too. No mining crew would be capable of this. There's someone passed out on the ground.
Who are you?
You're awake. What happened? How'd you get stuck here? Are you injured? Huh. Not a scratch. And these fine clothes. Who are you?
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's
Okay.
adopted son, Bikoshi Nagamasa. He found the Balladeer in Shake Pavilion and took him back to Tatarasuna.
And the rest is history. Well, it used to be.
Until it got Thanos snapped.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
let me get you out of here. Our people are nearby. Hang in there.
Yeah.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, disappeared not long after.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a lore recap after all of this, like when those videos do come out, because there's quite a lot I miss from just going through it.
As the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened fell to Mikoshi Nagamasa.
Especially when we need to
But
read stuff.
Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end to the Tatarasuna incident.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Because the world's shitty. So yeah, we're not gonna play as the Wanderer until he gets his vision, which I'm sure he's gonna get his vision somewhere in this dungeon, and then we get to play as him.
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
It's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
Hey. Oh, okay. Sneaky.
Huh? What are we doing back here?
I hear voices.
Whoa, this is where you were born?
Aww.
It's pretty, but there's nobody here.
Oh man.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died, and then my dad got sick. He kept coughing all the time, just like me. Then Mom started coughing too.
Man, what a shit situation, man.
But you can't. You promised me.
Yup, we're family now. We're gonna be together forever and ever.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer didn't know what to call him. His father died before he could name him. After his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. Some of the neighbors helped to raise him. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him. They made a promise to live together.
What happened to the child then?
He died from his illness while he was still very young.
Yeah.
The balladeer came home one day and found that he had stopped breathing.
Man.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something!
Oh.
You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too.
That's so shitty, man.
The voices have gone. It looks like the memory ends here.
Let's keep going.
So depressing. Don't want to know how that would feel like, just seeing all of this after having all your memories like erased.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I've come not to obstruct you.
Oh, the jester.
I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
It looks like they succeeded.
Rebellion has begun. Why
why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Banquet? Ah, there was a chest. Sneaky. Ah, well, we met him.
This place is dark.
It's where we met you for the
Paimon
second
knows
time.
this place. It's the Delusion Factory in Inazuma.
In the original version of events, the Traveler once encountered the Balladeer here.
Such a creepy atmosphere. And so familiar.
There's the music. I remember this. It was an unsettling place.
Hey, look over there!
Oh shit, we'll get to see Yaimiko, right?
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown
no.
factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You shouldn't have.
Welcome back, Signora.
What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? You might not want to admit it, but you are a part of this plan.
God, I already know some people are just foaming at the mouth, seeing that she's finally back. Oh, well, they get to see her again.
Perhaps you find fighting in the Abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by the doctor.
Yeah, she was a bitch.
What a sharp tongue you have.
Scaramouche.
Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Or it could
Save
get
your
you
breath.
killed.
I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to
Hey,
find ways
Child.
to complicate things.
I'm
Fair
merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to destroy it completely.
Yeah, she definitely did cause the fire that got her disintegrated into ash.
Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed.
Oh.
I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering the consequences now.
Oh, that was a low blow.
Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, give that poor little tongue of yours a rest and stop pretending like you're above everyone
You know, I'm
else.
glad you're dead.
Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Your character design is amazing, but...
Poor little tongue? She's playing with fire talking to me like that. Who does she think she is? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm welcome.
She is hot, though. This is where I enter. Can we,
The
like,
plot does not end here.
continue
There's
this?
more of this story to come. Wanderer, are you able to continue?
Can we continue this memory, though, since we get to see Yaimiko negotiating? Because Yaimiko is a little bit suspicious. Like, she knows a lot more than she lets on. I want to know what her conversation with Scarlet was.
Yes. Please don't worry about me.
But they're not going to show us.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a
I mean, it's
nicer
possible.
way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Oh, well, they're both digging deep.
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Yeah, these two are just digging into each other. But no, we're not going to be shown the memory of Yaimiko. Those bitches.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
The factory.
Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Fuck the sages, man.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
The doctor?
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that a successful connection is established, his body will become permanently bound to the machine, and he will be unable to move independently of it.
God, just seeing your face makes me want to kill you and just punch you. They got laugh way too easy.
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to garner a great deal of information. Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the Abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
Yeah, what's all this about remaining in the Abyss? Like, they mentioned it earlier, but... is that something we've known before? About the Fatui just chilling in the Abyss?
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think if they knew that nothing matters to you, apart from your crazy experiments?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche.
Scaramouche.
The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
He's the doctor. He's behind all of this.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Yeah, like he's just staring at us.
Let's move on.
Let's move.
You're a god. Do you think I'm evil?
If you accept that he is you, just as you are you, then yes, you are evil.
In your eyes, are there any differences between humans and puppets?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, then what are the differences between humans and puppets?
Yeah,
Whoever
facts.
has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried with grief, howled with rage at the tragedy of death that eclipses the miracle of life, they are human too.
Yeah, he's displayed all emotions that humans have, so he's not much different. I mean, people consider emotions what make us humans, so...
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, I'd like to reclaim the sins that are mine to bear. No matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Whatever I am due, let it come to pass.
Yeah, this is where he's gonna get his vision. Are you saying...
Can you return my memories to me?
Huh? But won't that mean you'll lose your current identity?
You'll become a new identity.
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules, with each person being a collection of past experiences.
I'll just mash both of
As a
them
puppet
together.
living in a human world, my life is subject to the same rules.
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. All the emotions that you discarded will return to you. Are you sure you want to do this?
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And ever since I awoke, I've just drifted from one place to the next. But then I met you. And I finally realized that reclaiming my missing sins might be my one opportunity to become my true self.
Yeah? Is this the true meaning of Great Lord Rukkhadevada's words? A person can't erase themselves, and even though the original balladeer has gone, this person will live on in his place. Are a person's sins an inescapable part of their destiny too?
I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood it. Looking at it now, it seems that I brought this curse upon myself. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to gain a purpose, to change my destiny, and end my wandering.
Oh.
Very well.
Oh, we know that it hasn't
Since your mind is
ended
made
his
up,
wandering.
I will return to you that which is yours.
All those memories. Oh, cutscene.
You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Oh, damn. Did it have to be so
Set him
brutal?
free.
Oh, the true.
A puppet? What's he doing here?
It's...
Oh.
You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Fuck you.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled. This is my...
Is he alright?
Oh, shit. Round 3, baby. Oh, damn, okay. Yeah, time to get your vision, man. Damn, okay. Down, traveler. Let's go.
All worthless dross.
Let's
Will
go.
be purged. That's why... This won't be the end!
Yep. The link between them. That's so cool. I love how that was done. Yes! Damn. What would have happened if we died there? There he is. The wonder. Yeah, boy.
Die. This is trying my patience.
Oh shit. Let's go.
Questions?
Okay, I don't know any of his attack patterns.
Feeble human!
Oh, okay, that ends it.
Shall fall!
You shall fall. He's pushing me down. That's cheating. Am I gonna be alright here?
Insignificant pest! Vermin!
Bah, 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 bah.
My endless...
Yeah, so he's just gonna cheese this boss fight. Yeah, Scara can cheese his own boss fight. Okay.
Human! Bow your head!
Ooh. You're trash.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight.
Good to have you back.
Disappeared. Did we win?
What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again.
Oh, I'm so glad to have you
Your
back.
old self.
Nah, not old self.
Wait, but it was you inside that thing too. What have you got to be smug about?
He beat him.
Sorry.
He beat his old
I'm
self.
harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am.
Now that you've recovered your memories, the past will catch up with you.
You sound like you're concerned about me.
I am.
But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing, at least I now know the truth.
The memory recovery seems to have been a success. This dream has served its purpose.
What would have happened if we got hit by that, like, and just fucking died?
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah? It was... okay.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
Thank you, Nahida.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey. Paimon's exhausted.
You don't like being addressed by that name?
Probably
It's
not.
fine. But I was just thinking, I should probably change it.
Go by the Wanderer. You won't go by the Balladeer anymore?
After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using a name connected to him.
Fair.
I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui, and they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people, and they might not even remember who the 6th is.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
Let's call it a tactical retreat.
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile.
Just run away from
but it wasn't
the
completely
Fatui.
meaningless. At least I made a lot of people forget about me.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Yeah, true.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope you can see and understand that. Changing the world, changing the past, changing the fates of other people, these are not simple things to accomplish.
Yeah, the only one who can accomplish that is Greater Lord Rick Nevada. Oh, Nahida, so to
What
speak.
you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will
that
not
was
heed
cool.
your will.
Indeed. How ridiculous.
Do you regret doing all that when you've gotten so little in return?
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world worth regretting. Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes, and I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire that information naturally.
Why would you go to such lengths? You trying to win me over too?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But
No,
before
she
that,
admits it to it.
I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Fair points.
Very clever.
Best way to win him over, to be honest.
Say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it.
Nahida doesn't see you in that way. And I definitely don't.
Right. I almost forgot. You're the good guys. You're into justice and all that. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way.
Yeah.
Traveler, in the
Each their own,
future,
I guess.
I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secrets can be uncovered.
Thank you, Nahida.
Including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before and after that point? I want to know as well.
I mean, at least Nahida is actually trying to help us. The other icons have just kind of brushed off. Especially Zhongli and Venti. I mean, and Raiden Shogun, of course they didn't know anything, they've been in their own nation. But Zhongli is definitely hiding something, that's a fact. And Venti is just, again, he's just being a sussy little, you know, drunk and bad. Thank you. Let's hope you can find some answers.
I will try.
Traveler.
Yes. Yes.
After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma?
Because I wanted to know what you'd change.
So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back.
Please don't make it sound like I'm extorting you.
Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals. I'll balance the books one day. Don't you worry.
Okay.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be reset to 0.
Yeah, so I feel like he's definitely going to help us in the future when it comes to the big showdown that's bound to happen in this story. Just be like in like the end game, just all characters coming together
I think
versus
deep
the
down
abyss.
you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole.
And
To
that
be
definitely
human
makes
is
you
to
the
live
same
with
as human.
imperfections. You can choose whether or not you want to be human.
Yeah.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they? Anyway, I gave up trying to become a human a long time ago.
You're you. You qualify everything to become a human. Except a heart, but...
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feelings.
Mm-hmm. He's a little emo boy. Just an angsty teenager.
The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts, the shorter your past will become, until one day, it is but a tiny fraction of your life.
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
I hope you can give Nahida a chance.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even know where to start, but the most important thing now is that you need to follow Nahida. Otherwise, all our efforts will have been for nothing.
I mean, if Nahida's the one laying out the plan, it's gonna be a solid plan, you know? Alright, bye.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
Yes. Glad to have you, Wanderer.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal. Why don't you choose a new name to celebrate?
I wonder what it'll be.
Ooh! Paimon wants to pick an ugly nickname for you, too.
Why?
Because Paimon still doesn't like you that much.
Then I hope we don't see much of each other in the future.
A
Oh,
name is life's
damn you,
first
Paimon.
gift. You didn't say it out loud, but I know that's what you're thinking. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new name, maybe you can ask them for ideas.
What is he, a pet now? You want us to decide?
No, Paimon only does nicknames. If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Let's give him a serious name.
Have you got anything?
Wait, what? They've actually give players a chance to name? Oh god, I am terrible with naming things. Okay. Oh god, what should I call him? Let's just call him the Wanderer for now. I'm terrible with coming up with names. I can't believe they actually gave players the free liberty, just the free choice to name him. Let's just go with the Wanderer.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think this will do.
Oh, alright. If you say so.
There. Now you have a name of your own.
I still can't believe they let us do that.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet?
I am waiting to see what people come up with for names for him.
Still thinking. Stop rushing me.
Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one.
What do you plan to do next?
Everyone who manipulated me and made me suffer will have to pay the price.
Okay, so...
You mean the Fatui?
Yeah, he's gonna be going after the
doctor.
Fatui.
At least.
Yeah.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly. But it won't be immediate. You still need some time to compose yourself.
So I wonder if he's gonna help us fight against the Doctor and help us in the background.
One more thing.
Hmm?
There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection between Raiden Gokuden and myself. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, please tell them that I was the one responsible for the Raiden Gokuden's downfall.
Yeah, I mean, him and Kaza are like... They do the same thing, like Wanda.
Even though the events have been erased from the world, they still deserve to know the truth.
Oh,
I see. That is up to you.
Huh? But if we do that, then...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Maybe that's how it always should have been.
Yeah, he's resolved himself, so... Fine.
No nonsense. I like it. Alright, let's call it a day. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone.
What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant.
Yeah, taking all of that in...
Time to calm down.
Taking all that in would be a lot.
But even so, after everything that's happened, he doesn't seem quite as fierce anymore.
Yeah, it's just a mix of his past and how he was before. Well, the past and the Wanderer. There were some bumps along the way, but it's all over now.
So we can finally go eat? Paimon is starving.
Thank you both. I hope you will find somewhere nice to go and relax for a while.
Oh, these two again.
I've got it! I can end my novel with some words from Mikoshi Nagamasa.
You mean because everyone else in the story is dead?
Yeah, I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. He's the perfect fit to be the narrator of the epilogue. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued to cast their shadow in Mikoshi Nagamasa's mind for decades to come. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when that prized blade, the Daitatara Nagamasa, was forged, the people rejoiced, and there was painting, dancing, and drinking. All these expressions of joy melted down in the furnace fire and turned into red clouds that rallied around the final sunrise that Mikoshi Nagamasa saw in his lifetime.
He definitely knows how to write a novel. And yeah, I just realized I made a mistake. I told this guy to write a book at the beginning. And because I thought he was a scholar, but he was a scholar writing a paper, but he was kind of turn it into a novel. But no, he's just a writer, I guess. I just totally misunderstood him.
Life is a story too long to be told. A journey that you must walk to behold.
Those birds are still vibing. And we've arrived back.
It's about time we had a break.
Yeah, I thought they were going to do something with this pot. I guess
As soon
not.
as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back.
Rest up, Paimon. I'll buy some delicious treats as a reward.
Wow, great! Huh? Look at that vase.
Oh, okay. We're going to do something about. What about it?
Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? Like,
Okay, this is what they were
doesn't
going to do
remember
with
there
it.
being a cleaner.
You broke it, Paimon. That night we stayed here, Paimon bumped into the table after being startled by something to do with the balladeer and broke the vase. But the balladeer erased his existence. He changed the world, so why is the vase still broken? Because he technically didn't erase himself, right?
You sound lost and confused.
Who are you, Great-a-Lot? Hello? Who is that?
I know why you are troubled.
Oh.
Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Is this... like... Wait, what? Who are you?
Is there someone here talking to us?
Is this gonna be like... I forgot a name and the next region. What's the next region called? But is this gonna be Archon talking to us how like Nahida was talking to us from the summer event?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else...
Who are you?
Who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate, like a vase that falls to the ground. Whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Fair enough.
Who are you? How do you know about all this?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
Yeah, I don't even know why I'm trying to comprehend this. It's gone way over my head.
The voice has disappeared.
Someone in the theory community would be able to easily...
And who the heck was that? And what were they doing coming out of nowhere and saying all that scary stuff?
If I'm gonna take a guess, I think it would be the next Archon in the next region. As like a teaser. Believe my eyes. Does she mean I should trust my memories?
Anyway, that vase is still lying there broken on the ground. Should Paimon go get someone to clean it up?
You broke it, you clean it.
It feels wrong just leaving it there. Just a moment, Paimon will be right back.
Now quick, let's run away. I wonder what else awaits me in the future. And that completes it. That was very enjoyable. We got some some law drops, some law bombs. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed that. Scaramouche or the Wanderer was very enjoyable. Like always. Shut up, Zhongli. On to waiting for another 5 weeks for the next story. I mean, at least we have TCG to enjoy for a while. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.